Hello, hello, hello. Hold on a minute while I move this. Excuse the sound. Actually, let me mute it first. Excuse me, I had to sort my mic out. Hello, hello, happy Friday. How you doing? How's it going? Today was a bit better. I sunbathed. Not sunbathed in a sense of, it wasn't that hot, but I did spend some time to take in some sun this morning. It's amazing how deprived we are, especially in the UK here, how deprived we are of sun and how important that is. Is this? Wow. Okay, so we're going to start in just a minute or so. Just still waiting for people to arrive. And everybody's time is the same on watches and clocks and so on and so forth. Just wait for those people to arrive if they are arriving, and then we'll just be like, well, you weren't here. We started without you. Day 5. It's been a blast. A lot's happened. We've done a lot. Okay, that's a nice place to stop. Music's just stopped there, so let me stop that. Okay, day 5. So, how did you get on with your homework from yesterday? The last two lots of homework, I I can only assume that it's been more thinking about it than actually getting it done, especially in a day. When we're doing this, when we're actually getting this done, when we're working with clients directly and going through this, it takes a lot longer than this to get everything sorted. Bear with me just one moment, just make sure I've got an emergency. No. Okay, it takes a lot more time than we've covered to go over all of the bits, especially the last um, 2 days and today as well. But I suppose all of it takes time. It's not exactly the worksheets that have been set for you. You can go through them in about an hour or so. But really, when you're going in, thinking about things, researching things, iterating, changing, and so on, it does take a bit of time. Um, the the way that we work with clients is usually they get the work that they have to do, they get training about what they have to do, and then we can have a call with them where we discuss any blocks that they're having to then move them forward. So it's always information implementation, and our job is to try and help any problems they have with putting together what they need to implement the systems. But yeah, it's a lot. I'm totally aware of that, and I appreciate you for sticking with it up until this day 5. So let's get into it. Nurturing campaign is what we're talking about today. So let me just, before I do that, I am going to do this. Get myself off the screen. Okay, so yesterday we were talking about how if you think about somebody coming from will come into your business. So you've spoken to them, you've sent them through to a link, somebody sent them a link, you've emailed them a link, they've read a blog post of yours, they've clicked on a link. Either way, they've got to a page. That page is offering to help them solve a very specific problem with a free entry offer. They then opt in for that offer, which is that they fill out their name and email address. We don't ask for anything more than that. In actual fact, most of the time, you can just be asking for the email address, reduce the friction as much as possible for them to actually take the step. So they've opted in. In the back end, there's going to be emails that are sent out to them. That's what we talk about today. And for their experience, they're going to be navigated from that once they filled in that form through to a page that's going to congratulate them. It's going to give them more bonus training. And then at the end of that training, you're going to offer them a next step to take, which is a lot of the time going to be a low cost offer, but it could also be um, offering them to apply or book a call with you so you can discuss with things with them, find out more, and then pitch your services to them on a call. So all of that was about connecting with people who are in urgent need of fixing something like right now. So that offer is going to be something that really helps them move forward, gets them results a lot quicker than if they just sat with the resource that you provided to them just by that by itself. From the resource to the video to whatever offer it is, it's going to be giving them a lot more information that's going to help them actually move forward. So that's for today, buyers. So today we're going to be concentrating on what we do with those people who it's not that they don't want it, but for some reason, it could be all kinds of things. It could be not the right time for them. It could be that they've got some questions that are on their mind. But we need to connect with these people because they make up the vast amount of people who are swirling around in the orbit of your business who are thinking about working with you or buying from you, but may not be ready to go ahead for all kinds of reasons. So we're going to make sure that we connect with those people, get to know those people, and help them, convince them, educate them, inform them, um, uh, give them give them those stepping stones over the gaps in their understanding of how to move forward. We're going to do that through a nurture campaign. So this is what we were looking at yesterday, as I just explained yesterday. Just yesterday, as I just explained. So then the come through entry offer, bonus training, all today buyers, or not all today buyers, but today buyers are going to be attracted by a low cost offer that gets them quicker results right now or quite immediately. They have access to something that's going to help them move a little bit more further along to solving their problem. And then we've got the nurturing campaign, which is for someday buyers. And you've got this arrow here that leads to this low cost offer. Now, this nurturing campaign, once it's in place, can lead off to so many different places. It could lead off to um, things that are sold by people you know, right? So you could have a joint venture partnership with somebody where you split profits, and you could actually have within your nurture campaign something that you know is going to help them beyond just trying to use email and spamming people and hopefully enough of them will decide to actually buy from you. But being helpful, it could be that the service or product that is provided by somebody else you know, or you're affiliated with, or you work with, could be useful to them. So within that, you could be letting them know about that, and that could be that from the nurture campaign they go off that direction towards that sale um, on your partner's website, for example. Or it could be that it's not a low cost offer, it's a program, or it's a higher priced offer. Either way, the nurturing campaign is going to allow you to keep in contact with both sets of people in actual fact, because of course, if the today buyer has bought the low cost offer, then you don't want to have them be sent an email um, asking them if they would like to buy the low cost offer. So what we do in the back office is we make sure that anybody who's bought the low cost offer is tagged as actually. So we put a piece of information in their profile that will let the system know, and obviously you as a business owner know that they've purchased that offer. But for the nurturing campaign, which is a series of emails that will be going out, they will not receive the one promoting the low cost offer because the system will check for that little tag, that little piece of information that says who has purchased this, and if they've purchased it, we're not sending them sending them that email. But if, for example, we've got somebody who's come through, opted in for an entry offer, watched the bonus training, has clicked through to look at the page for the low cost offer, but hasn't made a purchase, then we're going to go ahead and make sure that they receive an email at the right time, reminding them that that low cost offer is there and that they should purchase it because it's going to do all this good stuff for them. Okay. So let's now get into exactly what is going on within this nurturing campaign. So again, we're taking somebody from being a someday buyer to one of your happy customers. And it can go even so the end goal is not just them becoming a happy customer. The emails, the communication that goes out continues. It can loop in the sense of you can, and you're going to see we're talking about providing them with value, not just bombarding them with sales messages and a sales link. We're providing them with value, and then at a certain point you might offer them an opportunity to get more of your help by buying a product or buying a service. And then after that email, you'll have more value. So that's what I mean by loop. So value, sales, loop, value, sales, loop, value, sales. And this is a lot more useful as far as what you hear newsletters um, are concerned. So when you hear about newsletters, a lot of the time it's just information that's been sent out. Here's our latest blog post and so on and so forth. That is a very internal view of the business. We definitely want to make sure that as we're sending out emails to these kind of people who we know are interested in what we sell, we need to make sure that we continue the same attitude we had before they became a subscriber within everything we've built out, which is focusing on their problem and focusing on helping them solve that. Now, I'm not talking about providing emails with them to the point that they don't need to buy from you, but they may not know how to buy from you. They may not know how to buy from somebody like you. They may not know how to tell the difference between your product and another competitor's product. They may not know the difference between two of your products and which one is better for them. It's all about education, information, as we saw in yesterday, the on day 3, when we're looking at entry offer, we are now looking at making sure we're providing education, information, and demonstrating your expertise. That is what needs to be continued in a nurturing campaign. So the idea here is to get them to know you, get them to like you, trust you, try you out. So again, we've got the whole idea of a trial, and that trial could be different things for different businesses. Buy from you, buy from you again. So the whole idea here is not to have a business where people are buying from you once. We need to make sure that they're making multiple transactions from you throughout the year. Hence what we were talking about earlier on when we were saying, what would you be doing for somebody over 12 months? It's not that they've paid you at the beginning of the 12 months and it continues, but if you've already thought that out, then you've got products and services and different things you can actually sell to them that you know are going to help them. It's all about making sure that you're providing solutions to their problem that get them towards that transformation. So after we talk about repeat buyers, and then we're talking about them also getting to the point of becoming a champion for your business and referring you. And again, you can talk to them about that in your email. So you might even have a situation where you are being able to send out nurturing emails to people who have purchased from you previously, who you know were very happy and ecstatic about how you helped them, and then ask them if there anybody else that they know who could be interested in your services, and then you can have a whole system built out to help people make referrals to you and get rewarded, which is a really great thing for your business. So within the sequence of emails that we're going to be talking about and you're going to be working on as your homework for this last session, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to welcome them. And what I mean by welcome them is that this is the time now for you to spend some time introducing yourself. In actual fact, I'd say that it's it's actually the other way around. To be totally honest with you, I'll explain what I mean. This is really what you need to do first. But that welcome email, you're still going to say to them, welcome to your business. We're interested in doing that, doing this for you. We help people like you do such and such. Here's the resource that you requested with a link. They click on it, they get that resource. Okay, so these are really in one email, welcoming them and delivering what they asked for, and then delivering to them what they asked for as well within that email. So this would be the welcome email, what we also call delivery email. Remembering that this entry offer is based on really wowing them. They've had the bonus training as well. It's been actionable. It's really helped them move from where they were previously to where they now currently are, with an idea of how they can get closer to where they want to get to. So I like to look at these as gifts, right? High level gifts. Things like the step by step audio training or blog post or guidebook or whatever it might be, that could be a low cost offer. The way that we've built that out, thinking about it becoming an offer that can be sold, is the same way you need to be thinking about things when you're even creating what we can consider free content. So this that I've been doing with you, what we've been going through for 5 days, you've not paid a penny for. But I hope you can see that it's a course, it's a 5 day course, video content, worksheets. It can be sold as a product. It is sold as a product. So then within that email sequence, we're going to deliver, and we're going to deliver some more. That whole idea of demonstrating your expertise, when will that stop? It won't stop. Continue to demonstrate your expertise by talking about the problem, the solutions that are available to them, how they compare different things that you've found out that can help them. This is now your audience that's on your list. So you can talk to them around those topics that you're an expert about. One, helping them, but two, through helping them, demonstrating you're an expert at helping them. So you can also ask questions within your nurturing sequence at the end of, when I'm doing this and I'm saying to you, go into the group if you've got any questions. It's also possible that we could have, which we don't have for these kind of sessions that I'm doing now, because they just be a bit longer than I would like for the time for a free challenge like this. But you could be talking to them about a topic, and then afterwards saying to them, do they have any questions? You can have that in an email. Reply to this email of any questions, and those questions should inform you about what they need help with. Those answers could be developed into products, blog posts. It could become a service. So ask questions, give answers, another thing that you'll be doing in a nurturing campaign. You may remember me saying, but again, the focus should be on help and advice. Same thing to do with the problem and the result, the problem and transformation. You need to make sure that you are spending the bulk of your time talking about their problems, their transformation. And the last bit of that 100% is spent on your solution. Same thing within the nurturing campaign, email marketing. 80% of that on help and advice, 20% of that on the sales offer. So this is what it looks like in practical terms. And here we've got the dots going off the page because, as I said earlier, the email sequence can continue, it can loop. But we've got the welcome email. That welcome email is going to welcome them to your business. It's going to give a little bit of information about what you do, people you work with, why you do it, for example. But most importantly, it's going to deliver what they opted in for. So they deliver that resource to them. Okay, the next thing that's going to happen is that you're then going to have a series of nurturing emails. Again, advice, information, guidance. These are emails from a trusted advisor who really cares about them more than trying to actually just make a buck off their problems. You're going to make sure that the majority of what you send to them, as we've seen here, help and advice. And then we can have the sales email put in at the appropriate time. So if you take into account this process that we've got in front of us, or this sequence we've got in front of you here, education, 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 sales email. It could be that you're talking about the problem. You're talking about the main problem, subsequent problems, different ways of solving it, and another way of solving it. And then in this sales email, you'll be talking about asking them if they're interested in finding out how you would help them solve it. Click on this link to find more, kind of thing. Okay, so this is a very, very basic email nurturing campaign. But it's important to have this in place because a lot of businesses, at the very least, a lot of businesses don't have any kind of offer for Sunday buyers that make up the bulk of people coming to their website. So they're focused on the today buyers. Here's a buy button. Here's my phone number to call me. Here's a form to fill in. to sign up for some ambiguous newsletter and get 20% discount on I'm not too sure what. I'm just assuming that you know because I'm just focused on the business. None of that's very useful for business owners, and that's why they struggle. At the very least, you'll see that a business owner will have some kind of lead magnet. But then behind the scenes, once that lead magnet has been delivered, there's nothing happening. There's no follow up. There's no nurturing of those people happening. And if you're thinking 97% of the people coming to your website looking for information, out of that 97% of people coming, say 50%, so if you look at around 100, 50%, maybe 50 people, maybe 20 people are ending up actually opting in for the entry offer and ending up on a list of some sorts. For them to just sit on that list and forget about you is the whole thing has been a waste of time. It's been an absolute waste of time. So everything we're talking about here, everything we've been doing is really to get you to understand the work that goes into creating a system that once you turn it on, it runs like clockwork. As opposed to what happens is you build a website. How do I get traffic? I'll do a little bit of SEO, or maybe I need to redesign it. Maybe I need to post about um, my business on Instagram. Actually, maybe I need to do some live videos of me talking while I'm walking in a park and get people to know me. Scattergun approach, hope and pray marketing is not going to work. The way that we're looking at it, the way that we've been seeing it over this week, is a comprehensive system for getting strangers of your company, of your business, to become customers of your business. And this nurturing campaign is a big part of it because there's a lot of people who are not ready to greenlight a purchase with you, not because your product isn't good enough, not because it's not going to solve the problem, but along their buyer's journey, they're just not ready. And what they really do require at that time is a trusted advisor helping them understand exactly why that purchase is necessary. It's not about trying to, how can I put it, persuade them to do it, or it's not really about trying to convince them to do it. It's about providing them with enough information that they make the best purchase decision possible, which is to purchase from you. But they will come to that decision themselves. You don't have to, do what you see advertisers do on the TV, which is bombard you so hard with the message that by the time you go into the shop and you pick up the latest, I don't know, Walker's Max Kentucky Fried Chicken and put it crisps and then put it in your shopping cart and so on, you won't even really realize why you did it. It's more that whole bombardment, that whole kind of gimmicky bombardment, and it doesn't really help solve anything. In the situation that we're dealing with your business, that's not the way to be thinking about things, bombarding people with messages and hoping that eventually they'll purchase from you. You need to really be focused on those two bits of land with that water in between, and they can't get from where they are to where they want to get to. There's a bunch of businesses out there that all look the same, who are not really standing out to be unique or standing out to really care about them enough to show them the way forward. And you doing that, even to the point that you've laid it all out in such a way that we're looking at it now, all before you even turn on your business to a certain extent. And obviously, if your business has already started, then this is something you'll be doing, and this might be a part of a relaunch. But the point is that we're putting everything into place before we turn the machine on. Okay, so let's now have a look at the worksheet for today. And as always, let me just make that a bit larger. Now, it's work. Never gonna promise you anything else. And it's not about just working you, it's just that it takes time. Your unique business, that whole idea of USP, unique selling proposition, yeah, it's somewhere within here. It's super important, super, super important. And yes, the way that we've got this set up is that you'll be able to do it in your own time. There's no rush. I would say to you though, it's very important for me to give you the whole picture of the situation. So eventually, all um, all of these videos that we've been going through, they won't be available through my page. They'll be available in the group, but they won't be available. on the page, right? So my K-Steam business page where we're doing this live, they won't be available on that page anymore. You only have access to them because you're part of the online business design group. That's important to note. Um, and also in the future, the very near future, all of this content that we've been going through will be put into a course, right? So you'll be able to go through it module by module, and we'll be talking more about how you get access to that a bit later. No problem at all, Jennifer. Great to see you here. Do not worry. Do not worry. I really do appreciate it. No issue at all. And as always, the recordings are available to you as well. So, referring to steps from Ideal Client Part 2, think of 3 questions your ideal client could ask about each step. Woo! So, remember we spoke about there a specific problem, because there is a range of problems that they're going through. Even within the problem that you think you're helping them solve, there are many problems. But the whole idea was to think about one specific problem, think about sitting down with them across, in a cafe or on a sofa or whatever, and talking them through the steps from their problem through transformation. Now, what I'm asking you to do to help create the content for your email nurturing sequences so that you have an abundance of different things to be talking about over time is for you to first of all think about 3 questions your ideal client could ask about each step. Okay, so they're gonna have wonderings. How does this work? Why do you do that? What happens if? Just different questions around each step. You need to list them out. If you do 3 questions for each step, you should have between 15 and 30 questions. 15 and 30 between 15 and 30 questions. That means that you have between 15 and 30 emails. Get it? Because if we're talking about advice and we're talking about providing information and we're talking about demonstrating expertise, then who better to answer these kind of questions than the expert, you? And that's how you're going to have this very valuable and useful nurturing campaign, because it's going to be full of questions that they haven't actually asked, and you can actually ask them, right? So back to the whole point of the nurturing campaign, within the nurturing campaign, you can ask them questions. You can ask the whole list. What is your main question you have about X, whatever it might be? And they send through all of each one of them, 20 people, for example, it could be 200, it could be 2,000, but a percentage of those people or all of them, they send through an answer to that one question you've asked each one of them. What is your main problem with X? Each question, that's unique obviously, because you might have people repeat questions, but each question can be answered with an email. And that email could be long, it could be short, taking into account you have to do testing to see what works, but that email, that a question, sorry, could also be turned into a blog post, or it could be turned into some kind of training, or it could be turned into, if they've got questions or ideas, because it could be that you do products, right? You create products or you create t-shirts. And so you might ask them, which one of these designs do you think's best? A, B, or C, right? That could help. That's helping you nurture your clients, find out what they like. It could also be that you ask them, okay, what t-shirt should I create next, or what product should I create next? It's your audience. And so nurturing that relationship between them is super important. But at the stage where we're at now, considering how they got on your list, a good idea is for you to use your email nurturing sequence, your email nurturing campaign, as a place of frequently asked questions. So you like FAQ, we have the bottom of the website or page of the website where it will say to you the frequently asked questions and they're answered. And a lot of them might be questions that you have about that product. We're going to be doing the same thing in the emails. So again, referring to the steps from Ideal Client Part 2, think of 3 questions your ideal client could ask about each step. The next thing that I want you to do is take the main topic of those questions and do a Google search and list the 2 websites for each search. So what we're going to do now is you're going to really the main topic is going to be whatever it is that you do, but the main topic within the problem. So let me think. If we think back to Flourish Minds, the website that we were looking at, was it yesterday? Yesterday. If you think about the Flourish Minds website and that they deal with or they provide life coaching for young people. So questions: how does life coaching work? Okay, how does life coaching work? What age is too young for coaching? Could be a question. Is it important that a parent is involved in coaching? How does coaching work? What is the best way for me to help my child with their confidence? All of these different questions around the problems that you're thinking about, if that is your business. What I'm talking about is then taking the main topic. So, confidence, how to build confidence in children, how does life coaching work, the main topic, and then doing a Google search. Two things are happening when you do this. One, you're becoming more aware of who is already serving your kind of target audience. Okay, so kind of like market research. But first thing is that you're find out who's already serving your audience and how they're serving your audience. Because the best thing that can happen is that you click on the first or second link, read through the page, and just be realized, well, look, they've missed out a whole bunch of stuff there that's useful when it comes to answering that question. And so, what you would do, or what you can do, is again within your emails, you can create a more comprehensive answer, or you can now create a piece of content within the email. I've written a blog post about such and such. They click on that link, they go through to the blog post. At the end of that blog post is an entry offer linked to that problem, sends them off on the same trip that we've done to get them here in the first place. All of this is all about helping your business at the same time of helping the people that you are dedicated to helping. And when you start to really get into building a system, you'll start to see how all of this can work: the selling of the low cost offer, the nurturing campaign, sending people emails once in a while and then showing them different pieces of resources. All of that, once it's set in place, you don't have to do anything. It's turning while you're doing something else. Back to that question we had: what do you like doing? What don't you like doing? So if you want to do more of what you love, then what you don't like but is important, marketing, getting to know your customers, so on, that now needs to be delegated or put into a process and automated, for example. And that is the big, massive core of the work that I do with my clients, is working out exactly what they need to make sure that they can be they can be helping people 24/7 while they sleep, while they're on holiday, while they're doing something else, and also have systems that allow them to go from marketing through to sales or go from sales through to marketing. Okay, so first thing, thinking of those three questions, getting those list of questions, and then answering those questions, of course. So what we're going to do now is you're going to have those questions, you're going to have those topics, and then you're going to be able to write out. So I would say, so there's two ways you can do this. One is to just open up a Word document and just type out your answer to that question. You can also record yourself and then get it transcribed. If you go the route of recording yourself in any situation, but you need to have text content, then what you can do is you can use a company like rev.com, who will then transcribe your audio into text, or convert the video, which obviously has audio on it, into text. And then once you've got that back, you can then use that text to create blog posts and so on and so forth. Okay, and then for you to actually build out your email sequence, I want to show you a really cool tool made by these pretty cool guys over at Video Fruit. And it's called Drip Scripts. Okay, so you go for the dripscripts.com and you'll be able to use this for free. It's a free tool. And let me just show you what it looks like inside. And what I want you to do is, and of course this is going to be in order, right? You've got your questions. You're going to answer those questions. You've got your topics. It's going to give you inspiration about what to write about in your emails. And again, emails just text, right? So rather than what to write in your emails, what you're going to write about. It's just that email is going to be one of the ways you're going to distribute that content, because it could be easily used for a blog post or video or so on. Okay, but anyway, sign up for Drip Scripts, come through to this page, and then click on new subscriber welcome. And then you've got all of these different, so a lot of people have contributed their welcome sequences to this platform. And you can see here it's got local business, author, freelancer, software as a service, online course, coaching, e-commerce, blogger. Okay, let's look at the e-commerce one. Get Lido. This 8-part email course to nurture new leads, segment them and convert them into customers. This welcome series is designed to build rapport with your newsletter subscribers and help them become first-time customers. Okay, so it's full and it's updated once in a while, quite regularly, because I'm quite surprised to see how many there are now just in the welcome subscribe bit. It's a little while since I've been in here, but you just would click on anyone. So let's just click this Adam Highfill one, and then what's going to happen here is you're going to be able to change the text as much as you want. Right, you're going to be able to go through all of the different emails that are here, read through them. And another thing, this kind of tool is great for you to have a look at how businesses are already using successful sequences. Okay, and if you think about it, there's no real reason why you can't be looking through several of them, find emails that work, and kind of like, add this one to this one and make a really nice long sequence. What we're trying to get at here is for you to be nurturing people, for you to be staying what we call top of mind, because a lot happens hour to hour. And when it comes to choice of where to buy from certain businesses, unless the business is something that cannot be beaten at all and that customer is totally loyal to it, their eyes are going to wander. They're going to be thinking about other things. They may just forget about you. Ending up in their email box with really valuable content is a great way of staying in the front of their mind as a possible solution for them. So, for example, I arranged a call with the guys that own this tool last week, 2 weeks ago, and I've been receiving emails for them for the last year or so. I open an email, looks really good, but something happens, I decide to do something else. I don't go ahead and actually book the call, but it's somewhere in the back of my mind. The email came through again, I remembered it, oh yeah, cool, and I booked a call straight away. Point is that it's important for you to have a system that allows you to stay top of mind, that allows you to stay in the forefront of your potential customers' minds. And if they're on your list after they've got something from you, don't think that that's where it stops. You still have to make sure that you're keeping in contact with them. Now, this doesn't have to be an email every day, doesn't have to be an email every week, okay? But you need to find that frequency that works for you, making sure, I can't stress it enough, that it's valuable to them, that it's helping them. No gimmicky stuff of trying to do stuff that eventually you kind of like, control their mind and they buy from you. None of that rubbish. Just be a trusted advisor. Be a best friend type person who also happens to be an expert at the kind of thing they need. Okay? And within what you do, always remember that as you increase what you know, there's going to be people who you serve, obviously, as clients, but there's also going to be people who want to learn how to do what you do. That can be a whole new part of your business, teaching those kind of people. So in my situation, I haven't done it. It's something that I think about doing a lot, and we've got something in play for towards end of this year. But in my situation, it would be creating training to help people who are trying to be better consultants or coaches within online business marketing, or people who would like to actually start on their journey of becoming a market consultant, online business coach kind of thing. But anyway, this is a great tool for so you can change everything here, bold it, whatever. And then once you've actually gone through all of the emails, you're able to save it where it's automatically saving, and then you'll be able to export it. Okay, cool, cool. So let's get back to the presentation. That's it. Now, you've completed a challenge. And what I mean by complete the challenge, I suppose it's better to say that you've completed the training that's included within this challenge. But I'm totally aware that you're probably wondering exactly how you use all of this information. There's a lot. There's a lot that's been covered, and it wasn't me being purposely vague. This has not been tailored for a particular type. So, for example, this call that I'm having, this challenge, for example, isn't just full of consultants. So it's not just full of service business owners. It's a mixture of people who are going through this challenge. It's to give a foundational education in online business. So I'm totally aware that a lot has been presented to you, getting you excited and then a bit frustrated. So you could be asking yourself exactly how do you use all of this in your business? And that's where the Attract, Sell, Nurture online business training program comes in. So you can have a look at this. Let me just actually, if you go to courses.ksteen.com, you will come to this page, which will provide you with a lot of information about how this program works. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all of that now, but what I do want you to take into account is that there are 3 phases: foundation, vocation, automation, goals, business, client, service, products, offer, prepare, build, launch, taking you from inconsistent or no leads and sales through to consistent revenue and growth. Okay, that's what this whole challenge has been about, is giving you, that's the whole reason why I was working on the challenge as well, was to find a way to condense. This is a quite a meaty program, okay, but try and condense the core elements of it so that you are a step closer to understanding what needs to be done as far as your online presence is concerned to actually sell to more people in a more consistent fashion. So this is a 3-step system for using digital marketing to make more sales and grow your business online with zero stress, confusion, or overwhelm. Okay, so it works for virtually any service-based business. And when I say service-based business, these are usually people who provide a service which is intangible. So the question I get a lot is, can it work for me if I'm selling products? Can it work for me if I'm doing affiliate marketing? Can it work for me if yes, it can. But in all situations, the focus has got to be on the people and actually making sure that you're using your business to actually help them get from their point A to point B. Okay? So as I say here, we're going to go through the foundation, which you've been looking at. We've been going over that already: personal goals, business structure, your specialization. Then go into the vocation part. Super important. I've been using that word at some points throughout this challenge. I really do believe in vocation. So when people ask me what kind of business it works for, if it's a kind of, as we say, old school style, fly by night business, so you don't really have an investment in it, it's just something you're trying to do to make a bit of money, cash somehow, throw up a website, use some of these techniques and become rich, no, it's not going to work. It's not going to work for you at all. But if you work within a business where you have really purpose driven goals for not only yourself, but also for your business, Your business has a mission. You have purpose driven goals for your customers and clients to make their life better. Your whole thing is about improving your life and the lives of others. It will work. Okay. So within that vocation part, we're going to go through creating your signature service. So we do that together. That whole idea of the premium service, which is 30K, we go through that together. We will work out what your premium service is. We also build out that digital product ladder together and your first lead magnet, aka your entry offer. And then finally, we get into the automation part, pure 100% geekery, when we prepare, build, and launch automated marketing and sales funnel to the world. So here is everything that you get. They've got all of the training modules for building a profitable, successful online business, okay, which includes an automated marketing and sales system. There's monthly online business group consulting calls, lifetime access. Lifetime access is forever access. Basically, you won't have to pay if there are any updates. I think it's a better way of actually saying it. Training and worksheets on marketing strategy, sales, production creation, marketing and sales automation. We've got fill in the blank content templates. So another thing that's going to be happening within this program is that you'll be able to get guidance on how to create website pages that sell. So beyond just having a page with just a bunch of information that you filled in because that's the theme that you chose, we're going to use exactly the same techniques you've understood up until now about how to take somebody from their problem to the result and actually start to learn a bit of what we call copywriting to help you create your sales page, your home page, your about page, your important service pages. Okay, so we've got fill in the blanks content templates, we've got fill in the blanks email templates. You've just had access to some of those, but we've got a 21-day email sequence that's already ready to go that you can use. Then we're going through those modules that you've actually seen, those 9 modules, where we're going through your goals for your personal life, for your business, your ideal client, your premium signature service, creating your value ladder of passive income digital products. Super important. As I said before, if your business is only making money when you trade your time for money, it's not profitable. So it needs to be able to make money without you. Then we're going to create your entry offer. And that whole idea of creating an entry offer, remember, there's a whole bunch of problems that your client have. You've already gone through the basics of how to create an entry offer. That's a repeatable process. That's something you should be able to produce over and over again. And if I go back, where was it that I wanted to show you? Is it actually on that page? Can't remember my own stuff sometimes. Let me just see where. Bear me just one moment. I've got a shot somewhere. Right. So the majority of these are basically entry offers. They serve as workbooks, but the majority of them are entry offers. Entry offer per problem. Okay. So in module 8, we're going to build out all your pages, your forms, set up all your automated follow-up campaigns for your system, and that's all going to be done within the Attract, Sell, Nurture platform. And then we're going to launch your automated marketing sales system using free, and that should say, and paid traffic strategy. So we're going to be talking about how to get people to your business using the free tactics. We're also going to be talking about paid tactics. So we're going to be talking about Google Ads, paid ads, those kind of things. But there's so many different tactics that can be used that aren't to do with just giving money to paid advertising platforms. We'll be going through them. And then we'll also be having monthly marketing and sales templates for selling books, courses, setting appointments, etc. So every month there'll be a new funnel or marketing system with the email templates, fill in the blanks provided with the training to help you fit it in. And that also goes along with customizing it to your brand, changing background pictures, moving buttons. I'm not really moving buttons, I shouldn't really be doing that, but going through the text and actually customizing it as well. So the Attract, Sell, Nurture platform for you within this situation we're going through is this client magnet funnel where we've got the opt-in page where they're going to get the entry offer or they're going to opt in for entry offer. The page that's going to give them the bonus training and also allow you to sell them a low cost offer. Then after that, we've also got the page, which is the checkout page. And then depending on how it works, depending on what you're selling, we've got the delivery page after they've paid, or we've got a situation where if it's been shipped, we talk about how it works for it to be shipped if it's a physical product. And then you've also got the email sequence that's going to be in there, the nurturing sequence. So the investment is £200 per month for the Attract Sales Nurture Builder Plan. Okay, but for you guys, because you've been on this journey with me, and I said at one point a few days ago that the feedback that I've got from people on this challenge that have helped me understand a bit more about what I can do to help, or where it needs to be explained differently. And obviously, the whole idea of this challenge was to give you A to Z of everything. That's not possible, especially for free. Um, but because you're part of season one, because there are going to be other seasons of the 5 days to more online sales, because of that, I've got this really special offer for you. So if you book a call, because the only way for you to, I mean, you can go ahead, you can go to courses.ksteen.com and you can pay the £200, and that's fine, because we'll be starting next month in earnest. But what I would like you to do is that if you're interested in that, then I want you to book a call before 30th of April, because that's when it's open. It's open between today and the 30th of April. I've got a special calendar for you to use. And if you're accepted onto the program, and again, we'll talk about exactly what accepted onto the program means, you will receive a 50% discount coupon that will get you access to the program, everything we've talked about just now, for £100 per month instead of the usual £200 per month. Now, before, and let me preempt, there is a catch to the reason why I'm even providing this discount. One, again, you're part of season one, so you're just like gold for me because you were with me from beginning to the end, which is, that's important to me. But also, the reason why I'm doing this is because the select few that will be doing this, they will be like partners. I'm going to be a partner in your business, and you're also going to be a partner in my business, because you're going to be helping me with regular feedback on what you're going through, which can help me make it even better. And obviously, all those improvements you get because you've got that lifetime access, but it's definitely going to make it a lot better for people coming along. We always need to improve. Okay, so that's the deal. So you'll be booking, as you can see here. It's only between. There's nothing happening today because boy, today's done. Today's done. But over next 2 weeks, you'll be able to book on a call. There's information here about exactly what kind of business you need to be. That'll give you an idea of what I mean by accepted onto the program. But the call booking link will be sent via email and posted in the Online Business Design Facebook group as well. That's the only way you're going to be able to get access to that link to book a call. You don't have to pay anything for the call, but we definitely go through the call. So I actually only have, again, back to what I was telling you about your ideal clients. I myself have my own ideal clients, and I have to have the right composition of people on the course because they're going to be working together as well as working with me. So I need to have the right people working on this so that I have people who are determined to really make a difference with their businesses. Super important to me. It's not just the whole idea of just you know getting loads and loads of people into a membership program and just charging them, then letting them bounce around off the four walls and not really know which way to go. We're going to be working together to really improve your business over time. It's a partnership. I believe in success through collaboration. So that call booking link will be available via email when I send out the worksheets. It'll be posted in the Online Business Design Facebook group as well. And you'll only be able to book between, I say today, but it's more like the 19th now, we can say, but basically it's available today up until the 30th. So basically, if you go to that page after the 30th, that page won't exist. You won't be able to get to that page. And that's the only way to get access to the program. Okay, so what I've decided to do for today, the last day, is do a bit of question answer time. So if you've got any questions, then this is really precious about the program. But if you've got any questions about anything else that we've covered, then just fire those. I'll say fire those. I don't know why I've used that word, but just put those in the comments, okay? And I will answer those questions. I looking at the time now. I would say that I will be here for about another 10 minutes or so, depending on how many questions we've got. And if there's no questions at all, then I will just be off at around 4. So let me just do this. And if you've got any questions, let me know. Just put them in the comments. Ah, Rudy, what's going on? Ah, mate. Facebook, nurturing, building. Okay, so my special brother, man. If you've got any questions, considering, if you've got any questions, then just throw them in the. And please behave yourself. Make sure I can understand what the question is. But you put them in. You put them in WhatsApp then, and I'll answer that question. No problem at all. So sorry that you've got problems again. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. No, it's tiredness. I'm not laughing. It's tiredness. Okay, my dear Pauline, how long does the program last for? Okay, so the way that the modules work is that we'll be dealing with a module per week. Now, let me just go here. You see that? You've been seeing this around, right? So this this is very important to my business because it's those 9 modules. So we'll be going through these 9 modules. The whole idea here is that we're going through this in 30 days. The thing that happens though when I'm working with people in this kind of way is because there's no way to make anybody do anything, it can always take longer. So what I'm not doing here is I'm not selling a course that you get and that's it. Okay. In actual fact, the only way that you could pay for something outright is if you're paying, let's just say, if you're paying for 6 months or something. The whole idea here is that this is a okay. I'm just gonna get back to that in one moment, Pauline. Um, the whole point here is that this is a program which is monthly. So even after you've built your funnel, if we can put it like that, and it's in place, because we've got to go through lots of stuff. We've got to go through tagging and segmenting and how to measure the success of your funnel. There's a maintenance of your funnel. There's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot. We need to work out what traffic source we're going to use, what content is needed as far as blog posts are concerned, so that you're not obliged to spend money on paid advertising, for example, which works. Don't get me wrong, it works, but it's got its place. And the better place for you to use paid advertising is when you've already proved that things work organically, right? And then you can use paid advertising and organic to accelerate things. But if you don't have proof of concept, there's no point using paid advertising. So that's the first thing. The other thing is that over time, you're going to be getting a lot more stuff. So I didn't want to talk about it here, but for example, I've got a webinar funnel for you. So you're able to use webinars, which would be, as you know them, a training like this with a structure where at the end of it you offer the participants something. So you're going to sell at the end of your webinar. So it's called a marketing webinar. So I've got a system for you to do that takes care of the page, the countdown, the emails, the reminder emails, the emails that go out afterwards. Okay, so for the core part of the program, everybody, I say everybody, the person who's diligent and working diligently, we'll be able to get this done within 30 days. Take give and take, because if somebody is coming from a completely scratch point of view, um, and they don't know exactly who their ideal client is, and they've not done that research, then that research has to be done. There's no point just doing think you can do the worksheets and that's it done. So, for on average, what we're looking for is within 30 days. I have started a process, but do not need to complete and set up, but do need to complete and set up my website. Okay, as far as the website is concerned, one of the things that we will be doing within the course, when we get to this part, so this is module 3. Sorry, this is module 7 of step 3. We're going to create all the content, sales, copy, emails, and tracking details you'll need to build your automated market. That includes setting up things on your website. So if we go back to, let me just find it. Wow, look at that. 35 pages. That's all we've gone through. It's amazing, isn't it? Here. So you see this here. When it comes to doing your website, we're going to work to make sure your website is correct in not only which content goes here, but all the content for the page. And then for the actual funnel that's being built out, which is how to get people to opt in for the offer, we're going to make sure that we've not only got your primary call to action in place, that could be your buy button or could you be your free consultation button. We're also going to make sure that we've got in place on your website the form that they fill in, or the button, I should say, they click to go through to that page. We'll be taking care of all of that. But most importantly, let me just find it again. As far as website content is concerned, we'll be going through this. We'll be going through this together as well. I can tell you that even this challenge that we're going through, as being part of the Attract, Sell, Nurture program, at one stage you're going to be shown how I put this together. And so the page that I used, which is now closed, but you see this page, when you first went to it, there was a timer here, right? And now it says, oh no, the challenge has already started, but you can join the waiting list by completing the form. That's automatic. That happened automatically. I didn't have to do anything. As soon as a certain time and day came, it clicked over to this page. Okay? And I also know that I know the difference in my CRM between people who have filled in this form, meaning that they're on a waiting list, from people that filled in the form that are like you guys who are part of this season 1 of the challenge. So at a certain point, I will be showing you how this was built out, and we'll be looking at how to use it in your business as well. So what's going on? Just to check on my dear brother's question. My website is under construction. Is this problem? But not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not with me. Are there any there's no issues with what you've already got. We're going to work with whatever you've got. In actual fact, a lot of the time when we're working with people in this kind of situation, what we're trying to get them to understand is that they need to stop worrying about if they need to fix their website. They can. Nobody's coming to their website. A lot of the time, nobody's even seeing that website apart from them, the designer, and their friends. So we can leave the website where it is, and we can build out what we've been talking about beside it. At the very least, we're going to go into the website. Your developer can do it. We can show you how to do it. And you'll put a button that people can click on. Or if you go to my website, I'll show you another way that that works. You saw the same kind of thing on the Flourish Minds website. So once you're on my website here, if you go to leave, this turns up. So we can put this on your website, you see, with your own entry offer. That's my entry offer. You click on the button, and that will take you through to a completely different page. This is your entry offer page. Okay, so it doesn't really make a difference what's happening with your website right now, unless it's completely fugly, and we just don't want to be dealing with it because it's got a problem that's gonna make a problem for your actual brand. then it's not an issue at all. We're not going to worry about redesign. In actual fact, we should focus on this first because this is going to move the needle when it comes to your business. Once you're getting that in underway, then you can comfortably build your website because by that time you're getting information in from your people, your target market, and you know what kind of website to build. Your website has nothing to do with anybody else's website. Your website only has to do with the people who you're looking for. So we've got something that we call, which you'll also be going through in the program, what we call a 10 by 10 matrix, which is a way for you to build out, like, what do we call it? 200 pieces of content in 2 hours. And it's all linked to, let me just go back here. I'm going to show you what the core is of really what we're building out. That 50k 30k exercise, it actually builds out an actual signature system that you'll have available to provide to people who are really serious about working with you directly, right? As we've seen in online business blueprint, everything that comes down from that 30k is part of that system, it's part of that service, it's part of that product, which means that everything that you create is based on what we're doing. It all connects together. Every page will have a purpose. But rather than you worrying about building out a website, it's got this page and that page. I suppose even if you were building out an e-commerce website, even if you were doing an e-commerce website and you've got 30 products, I would still be saying to you, then we need to focus on what is the best selling product and we need to build out a system for selling that product. Once you've built out a system for selling that product, then you can build out a system for selling each of those products. Then and only then, because you'll be able to see what is actually making sense, you can have a website that catalogs all of those products. But each of those product pages, it will have a secondary call to action for people who are not ready to buy. You get it? Sorry, I haven't got one yet. I'm in the process of thinking of what I want and where I want. Okay, Pauline. So as far as the website is concerned, I was actually answering. I should be a lot better about that. I was actually answering. Rudy Liquid who answered the question about our existing website. But as far as you are concerned, from starting from scratch, I think this is a really good. And I don't mean that. Let me put it this way: even if we don't work together, what I've provided you in the 5 days, I would implore you to really sit down, go through the videos, go through the workshops and worksheets, sorry, and you're more than you're so far ahead of other people in the same kind of business as you. You're so far ahead. There's longevity to this kind of model of business because it's so focused on a target market and what they're going through. They're always going, even when you think, I like to think about it as I used to teach English in France, and I had students that were, the youngest student was 7, the oldest was, I think, 68. But when I was thinking about the students that were 17, 18, they were going from secondary school and going into university, even though I don't do it anymore, the idea was, oh wow, so I could still be helping them when they finish university, even throughout university doing presentations, but when they finish university and they're going to work, for example, for the interviews, once they're at work and they're going through promotions. Point is that if you think of it that way, the right kind of business with the right kind of purpose, with the right kind of ideal client, and that's not to mean that you have to, search and dig for it. It's just that these are the components for you to think about. Every step closer to the ultimate transformation you get your ideal client to, they're going to require help to get to the next step. Okay, so this is building a lot of businesses, how they run it. They start the train, and somebody's at the front of the train throwing the railway track down as the train's moving. That's how they're creating their business. And what it means is that they can't really stop either the train or thrown down the track because the whole system goes kaput. What we're talking about here is providing you with a very clear system, a 3-step system for using digital marketing to not only build your business but also grow your business over time. Okay, are there any other questions? Suppose we've got about 3 minutes left. Obviously, if you've got any questions, you can go ahead. You can answer them. Answer them. You can go ahead and ask them in the Facebook group, and I will answer those there. Within 45 minutes or so of finishing today's session, I'll be sending out an email with the, as I said, the links to the worksheets, but also the links for the call booking system. So if you're interested in getting on the program and getting that 50% discount, you'll just have to use that link, book in a call before the 30th of April, and we'll go from there. Oh, also, I haven't done it in any kind of formal way, but if you know people who could benefit from this, good people, determined people who can benefit from this, then share it with them. Also, if you do share it with them and somehow they are on it to get involved, make sure you tell them. Cool. Okay, Rudy. As far as the website is concerned, it's fine. I've seen the shots. I'm impressed. We'll talk about it, but I think that plus what we're talking about, yeah, it's gonna be a powerful situation for the end of the year, next year, years to come. I think from what we've learned here. If you know anybody who could benefit from this, then do let them know. Make sure you share it with them, but also make sure that they mention you when they contact me, because I will definitely be rewarding you for that. Okay, cool. So. What have we got now? Another 2 minutes? Any more questions? Any more questions? If not, then I wish you a very good end to your Friday. I wish you a beautiful weekend. Stay safe, be sensible, or not, whatever. It's up to you. I would say rest well as well, because we go again next week, of course. If you've got any questions at all after the session's finished, make sure you put them in the Facebook group. I'm not going to be fielding questions via email on my personal page or via messenger about this. I will answer you, but I'll be telling you to answer in the group, because your question and the answer I give could be useful to other people. Okay, I really do hope that I would love all of you, but I really do hope to see you on the program. We're going to do some amazing things. I've put together a program for you. It's been a long time building this out, getting this together, and I'm happy. I'm really happy to be close to getting into your hands and seeing what you're able to do with it. Because I think a lot of you, there's one side don't know what you don't know, but on the other side, it's really difficult to get some proper help. I went through it as well, building my business. It was really difficult to find some proper help, not just people who are trying to take your money. And from what I've tried to demonstrate to you through this 5-day challenge, and what I would like you to then do paying it forward, is realize that the best way for you to help people, or to show people that you can help them, is to help them. And that's really what I've tried to do. And if we don't, and that's not what I'm looking for, but if we don't work together on the program, then I'm guaranteed that if you take the time, go through the worksheets, you'll be a lot further than you've ever been before with your business. You'll be a lot closer to where you're trying to get to with your business, and you'll be quantum leaps ahead of other people in similar businesses to you, or just small business owners, entrepreneurs, startup owners, whatever you want. Okay. Oh, there was something else I wanted to say. This is not really anything for you to worry about, but I want to give you warts and all. Because this is season 1, the actual price of the program will be increasing per season. Because One, strategy. It's not about exploitation. There's a whole strategy behind it. It allows also for investment in the program and what I'm able to give as resources. But two, it also means that as it gets better, it's only available to those that can really make use of it. Because I don't really want anybody to come on who's a looky loo, wants to just have a little go around and say, yeah, try and grab this, try and grab that, and then be out. It's not interesting to me to attract those kind of people. So it will be increasing. But as I said, because you guys are season one participants, you are gold to me, and I'm gonna take care of you. I really am gonna take care of you. So I'm going to leave it there for now. Any questions in the group, that email with the link will be coming out to you in the next 45 minutes or so. I'm just gonna have a tea and see my kid and whatnot. And I'll send that link out to you post recording in the group. Have a great weekend and see you around. Bye bye.